it's April Fool's Day at Ekone Ranch. We woke up this morning to snow. And me and Michelle are going to go and hunt for some mistletoe in our nice socially distanced way. But Caitlin found some mistletoe out on the ranch a week or so ago. And we thought that was extraordinary. And we're going to go try and find it. We're not sure exactly where it is, but we're going to go look for it.
Why not?
And I also want to introduce Michelle, who is our newest staff member and is our volunteer coordinator and our garden coordinator and our conservation coordinator and real smart and knows lots of stuff. And she is in charge of the Ekone at home stuff. So when you get these awesome lessons that we're brewing up for you, they are going to be coming from Michelle. So that's Michelle, and we're off on a mission. We're going to take you with us. And we've met a wild Liz in the woods. She is on her way back from the important forestry work of the morning. We've got Lola and Banjo in tow. And there's Michelle. We have just left the valley, just heading out on our wild mistletoe. And now it's hailing. And we're here at the intersection of the loping trail and some fence lines. And we're going to head off into the wilderness here. Caitlin's phone record and photo record showed that the location of the mistletoe was 4 minutes from this spot. So we're going to walk 4 minutes in one direction, and then we're just going to kind of fan around this spot and see if we stumble upon this mistletoe. We'll keep you posted. Point. It's way up there.
Way up there.
We know there's some closer to the ground, but we did find some. It's way up high in the tree to where you can't really see it.
But you can kind of see like the shape gets really clumpy. And that is a good sign that there's mistletoe.
Clumpy. Clumpy shapes.
Clump down.
Let's see if we can find some that's closer to the ground so that we can show you. Okay, I'm coming over.
Where's this left there?
Okay, coming in. Here, let go of it so we can maintain our proper social distancing.
Oh, yeah. But I want to touch it.
Here, I'm coming in.
Oh, here's some too.
There it is. That's some mistletoe hanging off of this pine tree. Michelle's got some over there too.
Okay, friends. We found it. Okay. See?
Tell us about it.
Oh! I poked some off. These little bits right here are the mistletoe. So mistletoe is a parasitic plant, which means it cannot get enough food or water for itself. It does not root into the ground. Parasitic plants always find another plant to root itself into, and then it sucks out the water and the nutrients from that plant. So this type of mistletoe, called dwarf mistletoe, will only attach itself to pines. It can be all the different kinds of pines, but here at Ekone we only really have ponderosa. So there it is. And the way it works is it lives like this. This is new. This is like little new babies. So it will grow in the spring like this. In the fall, it will make a little flower at the very tip of all these little nubs. Will make a little tiny little flower. And then out of the flower will grow a seed after it gets pollinated. And the seeds are kind of big in comparison to this thing. They're like kind of like a little like fig shape. And they will grow out of the flower and they'll sit there and they're kind of like a sack of like mushy, goopy fruit. And then in the fall, after they're ready, they will explode off of the mistletoe and fly through the air like 10 meters away. It can go up to like higher in the tree or to another tree nearby. It has to land on another pine for it to be able to grow. But if it does, it will land there and it's really sticky because it's been in that goopy sack, and it will like suction and it will like hang out there all winter. And then in the spring, it will germinate, the seed will germinate, and out of it will come the first little bit of life called the radicle. And the radicle will start winding and creeping until it finds the perfect place, like usually right under these little nubs, like where the needles attach. That's like an opening. It's like vulnerable there. And it will get in there and it will like suction on, and it will start wedging its way in there. And then it will sort of create like a root system inside the pine tree. And it will start sucking out water and nutrients, and it will grow and grow and grow all spring, all summer, until the fall when it makes more flowers. Little seed pods, exploding seeds, new life. Whoa. They're really cool. But they don't really hurt the tree. If there was like a ton of it everywhere, it would be a situation. But just a little bit here and there is like a normal part of ecology in these kinds of woods, and it's really special. Okay.
So tell us just a little bit more about parasites and like what they are, and whether this one is bad or not, and which ones are bad and which ones aren't bad. Just a little bit more.
So I don't know everything about all the types of parasites. There are many types of parasites. Like if you think about like your pets can get parasites like in their tummies. Like if your dog's ever had like tapeworm, I think that's a parasite. So parasites in general, they're not always plants. They are just a living organism that requires another host in order to get its food and its water. Can't live on its own. So there's other types of parasitic plants as well besides mistletoe, and there's other types of mistletoe. Like if you think about mistletoe that you hang in your house for the holidays and like get a smooch or whatever, those are a totally different kind of mistletoe. Those look different. They have kind of like, they look like regular leaves kind of. And those don't grow in pine trees or in conifers at all. They grow in deciduous trees. And they do kind of a similar thing. And even if you know Indian paintbrush, the little orange flower, that is also a parasitic plant. And if you actually, the next time you see an Indian paintbrush, they'll start coming out soon, so go for a walk and look for one. The orange bit that looks like the flower is actually the leaves. And because it's orange, it can't photosynthesize. That's why it needs other plants. I believe that one is connected to other plants underground, in the sneaky little underground parts. But this mistletoe, Western dwarf mistletoe, that lives in our ponderosas, is a really normal part of an ecosystem like this. Mistletoes and other parasitic plants can get out of balance, and they can really start to take over a whole tree or a whole area of trees. But I don't know if trees, we were just talking about, I don't know if trees have a protection response or not to the parasites. So this is a good research question for you to look up while you are thinking about mistletoe. If you know, like pines get the bark beetles when they attack, if the tree is healthy, it can create a bunch of sap and push them out. And so sometimes you'll see trees with like sap on it and it will look a little weird, but that actually means good job, it saved itself from the beetles. I don't know if these have a similar thing that they can do to protect from the mistletoe. We were looking around, these trees do look a little bit stressed. So if you kind of can see some of the like tufts of needles are brown. Some of that is normal, like trees, these do lose their needles on a seasonal scale, but there's a little more here than you would expect to see. So maybe these trees are extra stressed for some reason. All the pines kind of are in this part of the world, and maybe that's contributing to the habitat for the mistletoe. You find out and let us know.
And we're back.
We did it!
We're back at the ranch. We found the mistletoe.
With your help.
Thanks for coming on our walk. We hope you learned a lot, and we really look forward to seeing your comics. And even more, we can't wait to see you. But we hope that these little videos and Ekone at Home offerings will help you stay connected to this place during this weird time. So stay in touch. Let us know how it goes. Tell us if you like it. Tell us what else you want to learn about or be connected to from Ekone during this time, so that we can make it all happen. I'm Shonie. This is Michelle. And that's Ekone at home. We hope you're all doing great. Love you. Bye-bye.